ADW First Annual Royal Coronation of 2022 event by Colton Dennis. Anne Dennis appears in her office. Good evening, everyone. I want to welcome you all to our very first ever ADW's Royal Coronation. Tonight, all the men and women from Hatred Slam will compete in a battle royale, where we will crown our very first ever ADW Prince and Princess. I wish all of my employees luck, and by the end of the night, we will have royalty in the Hatred Slam family. Now, let's head down to the ring for our women's battle royale, said Anne. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a women's battle royale, where the winner will become the very first ADW Hatred Slam princess, said announcer number 3. Beldings. All 17 women are attacking each other. Here we go with our very first ever royal coronation pay-per-view, said announcer number 1. I can't believe we're gonna have ourselves the first ever prince and princess of Hatred Slam, said announcer number 2. Moxie throws Onyxia over the top rope. Onyxia lands onto the ledge of the ring. Moxie is punching Onyxia. Onyxia is swaying on the ledge of the ring. Mystriel runs at Moxie, then lifts her over the top rope. Moxie lands onto the ledge of the ring. Both Moxie and Onyxia are on the ledge. They need to be careful, said announcer number 1. Moxie punches Mystriel, then elbows Onyxia. Mystriel kicks Moxie's stomach. Moxie groans, then holds onto the top rope. Mystriel tries pulling Moxie's hands off of the top rope. Hold on, Moxie, said announcer number 2. Moxie should blocks Mystriel's stomach. Mystriel groans, then turns around. Succubus runs, then clotheslines Mystriel over the top rope. Mystriel lands onto the floor. Mystriel has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Vanity clotheslines Promise. Promise groans, then stands up. Vanity kicks Promise's stomach. Promise groans. Vanity lifts Promise onto her shoulders, then does a fireman's carry flapjack onto her. Promise groans. Vanity picks Promise up, runs, then throws her over the top rope. Promise is holding onto the top rope, pulls herself up onto the ledge of the ring, then rolls inside it. Somehow Promise had the strength to hold on, said announcer number 2. Vanity looks at Promise, then starts kicking Promise. Promise is groaning. Vanity jumps up onto the bottom rope, then knees Promise's back. Promise groans. Vanity jumps onto the bottom rope again. Harpy catches Vanity onto her right shoulder. Vanity is holding onto the top rope. Harpy tries pulling Vanity. Vanity continues holding onto the top rope. Harpy throws Vanity over the top rope. Vanity lands onto the floor. Vanity has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Harpy turns around. Lights dropkicks Harpy. Harpy goes through the middle ropes. Lights starts kicking Promise. Promise is groaning. Lights puts her knee into Promise's face. Celeste hits Lights' back. Lights groans. Celeste grabs Lights, runs, then throws her over the top rope. Lights lands onto the ledge of the ring. Celeste looks at Lights, then runs at her. Lights' shoulder blocks Celeste's stomach. Celeste groans. Lights slingshots herself over the top rope. Celeste catches Lights onto her shoulders. Lights struggling, then elbows Celeste. Celeste groans. Lights lands onto her feet behind Celeste, then goes for a full Nelson. Celeste rolls Lights forward onto the mat. Lights stands up, then jumps at Celeste. Celeste catches Lights onto her shoulders, then does a Death Valley driver onto her. Death Valley driver connects, said announcer number 2. Celeste stands up, picks Lights up, runs, then throws her over the top rope. Lights lands onto the floor. Lights has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Promise slowly stands up. Riot runs at Promise, jumps up, then does Famouser onto her. Promise groans. The Famouser connects onto Promise, said announce number 2. Riot picks Promise up, runs, then throws her over the top rope. Promise lands onto the floor. Promise has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Succubus is punching Gem. Gem is groaning. Succubus bounces Gem off of the ropes. Gem reverses it, kicks Succubus's stomach, then does a discus clothesline onto her. Succubus groans. Venus hits Gem. Gem groans. Venus runs, then goes to throws Gem over the top rope. Gem reverses it, then throws Venus over the top rope. Venus lands onto the ledge of the ring, then stands up onto it. Gem back kicks Venus's stomach. Venus groans. Gem does a discus clothesline onto Venus. Venus lands onto the ledge of the ring, then holds onto the bottom rope. Onyxus hits Gem's back. Gem groans. Onyxus lifts Gem onto her shoulders. Gem elbows Onyxus's head, then lands onto her feet. Behind her, Onyxus turns around. Gem does a discus clothesline onto Onyxus. Onyxus groans. Gem picks Onyxus up, then runs towards the ropes. Onyxus reverses it, then lifts Gem over the top rope. Gem lands onto the floor. Gem is gone, said announcer number 2. Celeste is punching Moxie. Moxie is groaning. Celeste whips Moxie into the opposite corner. Moxie reverses it. Celeste goes into the opposite corner. Moxie runs at Celeste, then goes for a jumping knee. Celeste moves. Moxie's right knee goes into the top turnbuckle, then she groans. Celeste lifts Moxie onto her shoulders, then goes for a Death Valley driver onto her. Moxie flips, lands onto her feet, then leans against the ropes. Celeste runs at Moxie. Moxie lifts Celeste over the top rope. Celeste flips, then lands face first onto the floor. Celeste has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. She landed face first. That had to hurt, said announcer number 2. Sapphire goes for a one-legged dropkick onto Onyxus. Onyxus moves. Sapphire lands onto the mat. She groans, then stands up. Onyxus lifts Sapphire onto her shoulders, then does a cyclone onto her. Sapphire groans. Succubus hits Onyxus's back. Onyxus groans. Succubus tries to lock in a hammerlock onto Onyxus. Onyxus turns, then lifts Succubus onto her shoulders. Succubus is shaking her head. Onyxus does a cyclone onto Succubus. Succubus groans. Venus jumps onto Onyxus's back, then tries locking in a sleeper hold. Onyxus turns Venus, lifts her onto her shoulders, then does a cyclone onto her. Venus groans. Onyxia runs at Onyxus. Onyxus lifts Onyxia onto her shoulders. Here's another one, said announcer number 1. Harpy slides into the ring, then pulls Onyxia off of Onyxus's back. Onyxus looks at Harpy. Harpy goes through the middle rope, then runs. Onyxus goes through the middle ropes, then chases Harpy. Onyxus is chasing Harpy, said announcer number 1. Harpy slides into the ring, stands up, then runs towards the ropes. Onyxus slides into the ring, stands up, then runs at Harpy. Harpy pulls down the top rope. Onyxus goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Onyxus is gone. Harpy eliminated Onyxus, said announcer number 2. Harpy is looking at Onyxus, then laughs. Onyxus grabs Harpy's legs, then pulls her outside of the ring. What is Onyxus doing? Asked announcer number 1. Onyxus lifts Harpy onto her shoulders, then does a cyclone. Harpy lands onto the floor, then groans. Venus slowly stands up. Riot grabs Venus from behind, then throws her over the top rope. Venus is holding onto the top rope, pulls herself up onto the ledge of the ring, then stands up. Riot dropkicks Venus. Venus falls off of the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. Venus is gone, said announcer number 2. Riot kicks Moxie. Moxie groans. Riot whips Moxie. Moxie reverses it, kicks Riot's stomach, sets her up, then does a suplex onto her. Riot groans. Moxie stands up. Ares goes for a thrust spinebuster onto Moxie. Moxie slides down. Ares back, then rolls her up. Ares kicks out. Both Ares and Moxie stand up, then look at each other. Missy, Onyxia, Succubus and Twinkle attack both Ares and Moxie. Onyxia is kicking Ares. Ares is groaning. "Hey, whip them," said Onyxia. Twinkle nods her head. Both Onyxia and Twinkle whip both Ares and Moxie. Both Ares and Moxie run past each other, then double clothesline Missy. Onyxia, Succubus and Twinkle. "What a way to turn it back around," said announcer number 1. Both Ares and Moxie high-five each other. Ares grabs Moxie's head, then throws her over the top rope. Moxie lands onto the ledge of the ring, then looks at Ares. Ares shrugs her shoulders. Moxie starts to go through the middle rope. A steel chair hits Moxie's right leg. Moxie groans, then falls onto the ledge of the ring. Harpy is holding a steel chair, then swings it. The steel chair hits Moxie's back. Moxie groans. Harpy grabs Moxie, then rolls her off the ledge of the ring. Moxie lands onto the floor. "Oh man, Moxie has been cheated," said announcer number 2. Harpy looks at Ares. "Yeah, come on, said Ares. Twinkle appears behind Ares, grabs her, then runs towards the ropes. Ares reverses it, then throws Twinkle over the top rope. Twinkle lands onto the ledge of the ring, then pulls herself up onto it. Ares bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then runs at Twinkle. Twinkle jumps off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. "Twinkle just eliminated herself," said announcer number 1. Twinkle starts stomping around. "Man, Twinkle's having a tantrum," said announcer number 2. Ares walks towards the corner, then climbs up it. Harpy is staring at Twinkle, turns around, then sees Ares on the top turnbuckle. Twinkle looks up. Ares jumps off of the top turnbuckle, then lands onto both Harpy and Twinkle. "Ares just eliminated herself too," said announcer number 1. Missy, Onyxia and Succubus stand up. Riot runs at both Missy and Succubus, then clotheslines them. Both Missy and Succubus are groaning. Onyxia kicks Riot's stomach. Riot groans. Onyxia goes to throw Riot over the top rope. Riot holds onto the ropes, then elbows Onyxia. Onyxia groans, then walks away. Riot bounces Onyxia off of the ropes, then does a back body drop onto her. Onyxia groans. Missy runs at Riot. Riot does a tilt-a-whirl slam onto Missy. Missy groans. Succubus punches Riot. Riot groans. "Hey, bounce her to me," said Onyxia. Succubus bounces Riot off of the ropes. Riot reverses it. Onyxia does a back elbow onto Succubus, then her eyes widen. Riot clotheslines Succubus, then clotheslines Onyxia over the top rope. Onyxia lands onto the floor. "Onyxia is gone," said announcer number 2. Riot is standing next to the ropes. Harpy slides into the ring, then lifts Riot over the top rope. Riot lands onto the ledge of the ring. Harpy tries pushing Riot off the ledge of the ring with her left leg. Sapphire approaches Harpy. Succubus hits Sapphire's back. Sapphire groans. Succubus punches Sapphire. Sapphire walks towards the ropes. Succubus punches Sapphire again. Sapphire groans. Succubus bounces Sapphire off of the ropes. Sapphire reverses it, kicks Succubus's stomach, then whips her hard. Succubus goes into Harpy. Harpy goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Harpy has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Missy hits Sapphire's back. Sapphire groans. Missy goes to throw Sapphire over the top rope. Sapphire reverses it, then throws Missy over the top rope. Missy holds onto the top rope, pulls herself up onto the ledge of the ring, then stands up onto it. Sapphire bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes for a one-legged dropkick onto Missy. Missy jumps off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto her feet on the floor. Missy just eliminated herself, said announcer number 2. Sapphire goes over the top rope, then holds onto the ropes. Missy grabs Sapphire's legs. Sapphire pushes Missy with her legs. Missy goes over the announce table. "Oh God, are you alright?" asked announcer number 1. Sapphire pulls herself up onto the ledge of the ring. Succubus bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then boots Sapphire. Sapphire falls off the ledge of the ring, lands onto the floor, then groans. Succubus gets back into the ring, then looks at Riot. Riot slowly pulls herself up with the ropes. Succubus bounces off of the ropes, runs at Riot, then jumps at her. Riot ducks. Succubus goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Bell dings. "Here's your winner, Riot," said announce number 3. Riot looks around, then stands up. Referee number 1 raises Riot's left arm. Riot falls onto her knees. "Riot is now the very first ever Hatred Slam princess," said announcer number 2. "Congratulations to Riot," said announce number 1. "Actually, it's Princess Riot now," said announcer number 2. "Yeah, congratulations to Princess Riot. She well deserves this," said announcer number 1. Riot sits on the throne. Anne appears next to the throne, then places the crown onto Riot's head. Riot is crying. Anne bows to Riot. Riot stands up, grabs scepter, then raises it. The crowd is cheering. "I can't believe this," said announcer number 2. "And we're not even done yet. We still have the men's battle royale to crown our new prince," said announce number 1. Bell dings. "This match is scheduled for one fall. Is the men's battle royale, where the winner will become the first ever Prince of Hatred Slam," said announce number 3. Bell dings. All 16 men are attacking each other. Snake is punching the pursuer. The pursuer is groaning. Snake kicks the pursuer's stomach, runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps up, then goes for a famouser onto him. The pursuer moves. Snake turns around. The pursuer kicks Snake's stomach, then does an impaler DDT onto him. Snake groans. Suave goes through the middle rope, jumps up, then does a springboard body splash onto Snake. Snake groans. Suave picks Snake up, runs, then throws him over the top rope. Snake lands onto the floor. "Snake's gone," said announcer number 2. Both Suave and the pursuer high-five each other. The stalker grabs the pursuer from behind, then throws him over the top rope. The pursuer lands onto the floor, then looks up at the stalker. The stalker shrugs his shoulders. "Stalker just eliminated pursuer," said announcer number 1. Smite is punching Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning, then pushes Smite. Smite staggers backwards, then dropkicks Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then goes into the ropes. Smite tries lifting Hellfire over the top rope. Hellfire punches Smite's back. Smite groans. Hellfire does a throat thrust onto Smite. Smite falls onto the mat. Suave punches Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then punches Suave. Suave groans. Hellfire grabs Suave, then throws him over the top rope. Suave lands onto the ledge of the ring, then rolls back inside of it. Hellfire is kicking Suave. Suave is groaning. Smite jumps onto Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans, then tries reaching for Smite's head. Smite tries locking in a sleeper hold onto Hellfire. Hellfire stands straight up, then tries reaching for Smite's head. Suave stands up, then runs at Hellfire. Hellfire boots Suave. Suave groans. Hellfire walks towards the ropes, grabs Smite's hair, then pulls him over the top rope. Smite loses his grip, then goes over the top rope. Hellfire is holding his throat, then walks away. Smite stands onto the ledge of the ring, jumps up, then springboards himself. Hellfire catches Smite by his throat. Smites gasps. Hellfire runs, then throws Smite backwards over the top rope. Smite lands onto the floor. Smite is gone, said announcer number 2. Pegasus lifts the gambler onto his right shoulder. The gambler is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pegasus, then pushes him. Pegasus bounces off of the ropes. The gambler lifts Pegasus, then does a sit-out spinebuster onto him. Pegasus groans. What a sit-out spinebuster, said announcer number 1. The gambler stands up. The stalker does a running stow onto the gambler. The gambler groans. The stalker picks the gambler up, runs, then throws him over the top rope. The gambler lands onto the floor. The gambler is done gambling, said announcer number 2. Funny, said announcer number 1. The stalker turns around. Puppeteer does a one-legged dropkick onto the stalker. The stalker goes over the top rope, lands onto the ledge of the ring, then holds onto the middle rope. Stalker's barely holding on, said announcer number 2. Puppeteer tries pushing the stalker with his feet, stands up, then reaches for him. Suave stands up, then dropkicks Puppeteer's back. Puppeteer goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Puppeteer has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Puppeteer looks up at Suave. Suave tries pushing the stalker off of the ledge of the ring with his feet. Deluge is punching Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning. Deluge dropkicks Hellfire. Hellfire goes into the ropes. Deluge tries clotheslining Hellfire over the top rope. Hellfire is swaying on the top rope. Deluge tries clotheslining Hellfire over the top rope again. Hellfire continues swaying on the top rope. Deluge runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then jumps at Hellfire. Hellfire moves. Deluge goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Oh man, that was a hard elimination, said announcer number 2. The stalker runs at Price. Price dropkicks the stalker's left leg. The stalker goes into the top turnbuckle. He groans, then stands up. Price runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a jumping leg lariat onto the stalker. The stalker groans. Pegasus hits Price's back. Price groans. Pegasus lifts Price onto his right shoulder. Price is squirming, lands onto his feet behind Pegasus, then pushes him into the ropes. Pegasus bounces off of the ropes. Price does a jumping leg lariat onto Pegasus. Price, here, said Predator holding the hallowed. Price runs at the hallowed, then goes for a jumping leg lariat onto him. The hallowed quickly moves. Price does a jumping leg lariat onto Predator. Price accidentally did his finisher onto Predator, said announce number 1. Price stands up. Predator, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was aiming for, said Price stopping, then turns around. The hallowed superkicks. Price. Price goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Price is gone, said announcer. Number 2. Mayhem bounces off of the ropes, does a cartwheel, then a moonsault onto Pegasus. Pegasus groans. Mayhem stands up, bounces off of the ropes, does a cartwheel, then a moonsault onto their stalker. The stalker groans. I still can't believe the agility of Mayhem, said announce number 1. I know, it's insane, said announcer number 2. The stalker slowly stands up. Mayhem goes for an inverted double underhook facebuster onto him. The stalker breaks the hold, grabs Mayhem from behind, then throws him over the top rope. Mayhem lands onto the floor. Mayhem has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Pincher goes to superkick Suave. Suave ducks, then lifts Pincher over the top rope. Pincher lands onto the ledge of the ring. Pincher was almost eliminated, said announcer number 2. Pincher stands up onto the ledge of the ring. Suave dropkicks Pincher. Pincher falls off the ledge of the ring, then his head off the announce table. Pincher has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Puppeteer is walking down the ramp. Hey, Puppeteer's eliminated. What's he doing out here? Asked announcer number 2. I don't know, said announcer number 1. The stalker looks at Puppeteer. Come on, you want a piece of me. Come on, said the stalker. Puppeteer is smiling. Genie rolls out from underneath the ring, slides inside it, stands up, grabs the stalker from behind, then throws him over the top rope. The stalker lands onto the floor. Stalker got screwed, said announcer number 2. Genie's not even part of Hatred Slam. What's he doing here? Asked announcer number 1. Genie rolls outside of the ring, then climbs over the barricade. Pegasus is punching Predator. Predator is groaning. Pegasus lifts Predator onto his right shoulder. Pain pulls Predator off of Pegasus's right shoulder. Pegasus turns around. Pain kicks Pegasus's stomach. Pegasus groans. Pain nods his head. Predator grabs Pegasus's shoulders, jumps up, then does a backstabber onto him. Pegasus groans, then stands back up. Pain kicks Pegasus's stomach, then does a double arm DDT onto him. Pegasus goes limp. Both Pain and Predator stand up, pick Pegasus up, run towards the ropes, then throw him over the top of them. Pegasus lands onto the floor. Pegasus is gone, said announcer number 2. The Hallowed runs, then jumps at Hellfire. Both Pain and Predator are attacking Suave. Suave is groaning. The Hallowed is punching Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning, then does a throat thrust onto the Hallowed. The Hallowed gasps, then walks away. Hellfire grabs the Hallowed, then goes to throw him over the top rope. The Hallowed reverses it, then throws Hellfire through the second rope. Hellfire lands onto his feet outside of the ring. Hellfire is still in this, said number 1. Hellfire goes to climb onto the ledge of the ring. The Hallowed superkicks Hellfire. Hellfire falls onto the floor. The Hallowed climbs up the turnbuckle. Don't eliminate yourself, Hallowed, said announce number 2. Pain runs, then pushes the Hallowed off of the top turnbuckle. The Hallowed lands onto Hellfire. Hallowed has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Predator goes to punch Suave. Suave blocks, then punches Predator. Predator groans. Suave continuously punches Predator. Predator continuously staggers backwards. Pain looks at Suave, turns him around, then goes to punch him. Suave blocks, then continuously punches Pain. Pain continuously staggers backwards. Predator turns Suave around, then goes to punch him. Suave blocks, then continuously punches Predator. Predator continuously staggers backwards. Pain hits Suave's back. Suave groans. "Come on, let's do our thing," said Pain. Predator picks Suave up. Hellfire climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Pain runs at Hellfire, then punches him. Hellfire falls onto the floor. "Pain's keeping Hellfire outside," said announcer number 2. "Smart idea," said announcer number 1. Predator jumps up, then does a backstabber onto Suave. Suave groans. "Get him out," said Predator. Pain picks Suave up, runs, then throws him over the top rope. Hellfire catches Suave. "Hellfire just saved Suave," said announcer number 2. Hellfire places Suave onto the ledge of the ring, then slides inside it. Both Pain and Predator are looking at Hellfire. "Hey, we could work together. Let's eliminate him," said Pain, pointing at Suave. Hellfire looks at Suave, then at Pain. Both Pain and Predator are nodding their heads. Hellfire boots Predator, then does a throat thrust onto Pain. "I guess there's no deal," said announcer number 1. Hellfire is punching Pain. Pain is groaning. Hellfire looks at Predator. Predator stands up in the corner. Hellfire runs at Predator, then does a corner body splash onto him. Predator groans, then falls onto the mat. Pain punches Hellfire. Hellfire looks at Pain, then grabs him by his throat. Pain gasps. Predator slowly kneels onto the mat, then low blows Hellfire. Hellfire groans, then lets go of Pain. "Are you all right?" asked Predator. "Yeah, let's get him out," said Pain. Both Pain and Predator grab Hellfire's leg, then lift him up. Hellfire is holding onto the ropes. Hellfire might be eliminated. "Right here," said announcer number 2. Hellfire is punching both Pain and Predator. Both Pain and Predator let go of Hellfire. Hellfire grabs both Pain and Predator by their throats. Suave appears on the ledge of the ring, jumps up, then does a springboard crossbody onto all 3 of them. "What a crossbody," said announcer number 1. Suave slowly pulls himself up with the ropes. Hellfire is laying on the mat, then sits up. Suave's eyes widen. Hellfire stands up. Suave runs at Hellfire. Hellfire boots Suave. Suave groans. Hellfire raises his right hand. Pain stands up, then turns around. Hellfire grabs Pain by his throat, lifts him up, then chokeslams him. Pain groans. Suave stands up, then turns around. Hellfire grabs Suave by his throat, lifts him up, then chokeslams him. Suave groans. Predator stands up, then turns around. Hellfire grabs Predator by his throat. Predator is shaking his head, then grabs the top rope. "I don't think that'll help you," said announcer number 2. Hellfire tries pulling Predator. Predator continues holding onto the top rope. Hellfire is staring at Predator, then smiles. Predator smiles too. Hellfire throws Predator over the top rope backwards. Predator lands onto the floor. "Predator has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. Suave stands up, then dropkicks Hellfire's back. Hellfire groans, goes over the top rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Suave is punching Hellfire. Hellfire is groaning. Suave runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes for a crossbody onto Hellfire. Hellfire catches Suave in his arms, then lifts him onto his shoulder. Suave is squirming, then lands onto the floor. Suave just eliminated himself, said announcer number 2. Pain runs at Hellfire, then punches him. Hellfire is swaying on the ledge of the ring. All Pain needs to do is have Hellfire fall onto the floor. But that's easier said than done, said announcer number 1. Pain continuously punches Hellfire. Hellfire, continuously groaning. Pain runs, then bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Hellfire grabs Pain by his throat. Pain is gasping. Hellfire goes over the top rope, looks at Pain, then smiles. Pain shakes his head. Hellfire lifts Pain, then chokeslams him. Pain groans. That had to hurt, said announcer number 2. Hellfire picks Pain up, then lifts him over his head. Look at the strength of Hellfire, said announcer number 1. Predator appears standing next to the ring. No, 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 don't do that. Please don't, said Predator. Hellfire staring at Predator, then throws Pain onto him. Bell dings. Here's your winner, Hellfire, said announcer number 3. Referee number 2 raises Hellfire's left arm. Hellfire is smiling. I can't believe this. Hellfire is the very first hatred. Slam Prince, said announcer number 2. I can't believe it either. But congratulations to Hellfire, said announcer number 1. Actually, Prince Hellfire, said announcer number 2. That's right, Prince Hellfire. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye bye, said announcer number 2 waving. Hellfire continues smiling. The crowd is booing. The end.